Hi, my name's Hannah Stuart and this is Open Book brought to you by Opal. I'm a footy player for St Kilda, but I'm also a critical care cardiac nurse at the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne. So I work in the catheter laboratory, also known as the cath lab, and that's where we do procedures, cardiac procedures, things like angiograms where we put stents in, we also do pacemakers, and we do some valve implants as well as a host of many other procedures as well. I've been in the cath lab for almost 3 years, and before that I've been on cardiac wards and trauma wards as well. I like the balance because although they're quite different, you know, you wouldn't think that nursing in a cath lab and footy would have similarities, but they actually do. You're working in teams. I have leadership positions in sort of both areas. So yeah, you'd be surprised the crossover and like the communication and things required. And it's funny, I take a lot of footy to work and a lot of work to footy in terms of the skills that I'm continuing to develop. So I kind of like that crossover, to be honest. But at the same time, when I'm at work doing procedures, it feels very different than when I am at footy, so I get that variety across the day. I love both areas and glad that I get to integrate both of them into my life. Last season, you know, draft happened quite quickly and before the season started, so I didn't have a lot of time, so I worked 4 days a week at the Alfred then. This season I've had a bit more time to sort of plan my life and I work 3 days there now, which is a much better balance, I find. The days that I do train and also work at the Alfred, I'll be finishing at 4 o'clock, fanging it here in the car, doing as much as I can pre-training and then getting stuck into training. So, you know, every minute sort of counts when you're here because you don't have the luxury of sort of getting here early. Unfortunately, round 2, contact injury to my knee and I ruptured my ACL. Unfortunately, it's something that I'm familiar with. 9 years ago when I was 20, I did something similar but with change of direction. So footy and life can be cruel sometimes. You just got to get on with it. To be honest, people think that you would have a lot more time when you do an injury, but rehab is a full-time job, and if people that have been and had long-term injuries kind of understand that it's often more work. You find that you're actually at the club and you're staying back longer trying to fit everything in. Yeah, to be honest, it's not much has changed for me. Full steam ahead, ready for season 9.